continue because my time is running. This is here. I think this was presented by Art Bell. Again, according to the story that I heard, is that a man was trying to check his camera in a cemetery to see how good the camera was. That's what I heard. And he took this photograph where after he checked the photograph and he was able to see this. Again, what would be the reason just to hoax this? The whole the pixels in the creature are the same from the rest of the image, which means that this was not hoaxed, but it could be also a dummy. But now we have what, 3 cases? And then on July 2003, in Juarez, Mexico, a little girl took this photograph, a 14-year-old girl, inside her house. And there are 3 pictures. I just got one. When I went to make the investigation, we found the girl in the hospital. She was very sick. I offered my help to the family, but they didn't want to, and they asked me not to get the girl involved in the investigation. But I found many witnesses, like these 2 young boys, who had seen these creatures in the past around Juarez. John Mack investigated this case, and he said that the case was real. And these people are telling us that what they saw is exactly this outside Juarez on August 25, 1995. And that's exactly what they saw. Just the same, just the same. And again in Juarez, this picture was sent to Brian Bike in Canada, and Brian Bike sent it back to me because the letter was in Spanish. I checked, and the plates on the car are from the state of Chihuahua. The car is a Mexican Jetta, model 91 or 92. You can see this detailing here that is characteristic for the Mexican cars. Then I concluded that this was taken very near the border, in the desert area. This man didn't speak English. He sent the letter in Spanish, but he sent it to a man in Canada. For that reason, he had to have friends, probably in the border, probably in El Paso, and that's why he sent. But he has kept his name anonymous. Then we have this. As you see, it's 3-dimensional. It's a tall. I think it's very similar to the one in the cemetery. I don't know if it's similar from what some of the stories I have heard in here about the tall creatures in the desertic areas. But as you see, this looks very real. We have analyzed everything, and it doesn't, again, it is not a hoax in the image. It could be a hoax in the dummy, in the creature by itself. But for what reason? This should be expensive to make a dummy this size. It should be very expensive. And finally, we have here the last case from Chile. Probably you've seen this picture before. Was taken in the Forestal Park, Parque Forestal, on May 2004. where you have this creature going through the horses of two policemen. The two policemen were asked if they saw the creature. They said no. And because all the image is blurred, even this, some people think it's the best case because it's impossible to fake. And you have two policemen in daylight who could have seen the creature, but they didn't. As we get close to it, it's very clear. It's a very small creature moving very fast in the middle of the two policemen. Okay. We come to the best, I think. Even though I'm not an expert in the crop circle phenomenon, I think Freddy Silva here and many others are better qualified than myself. I have found something really, really interesting. There are many, many figures through the years, from May to August every year, but I have discovered that in August, in the first 2 weeks of August, we have always the most important, always the most meaningful, the real message from that year. And I want to present this to you. Starting with this, in the year 2013 of August, the year 2000, close to Chilbolton, you have this. We didn't know how important this was. The same day, next year. I don't know why many investigators haven't given importance to this. Do you think this could be done at night? In one night? Look at it. It's three-dimensional, clearly three-dimensional. And we made a little analysis on this, and we found something really interesting. The face in the middle and the one in the left have Gaussian filter 6.6 pixels. What do we see there? We see the face, and you see that the face is receiving light from the right side, illuminating all the right area in the face, to the middle, to the nose, to the mouth. The mouth is producing shadow. The nose is producing shadow. You can see that around the face in the right side is lighter than the left side, which I think proves that this creature is real and put his face in the field. Why? Because 4 days later, we received this. As you know, it's the so-called answer from the stars. And we have a lot of information there regarding the message we sent. 10 digits in mathematics is the same for them. I don't want to really go in detail, but there are many little information. The atoms, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon, are the same with these creatures. They have silicium in the body. The chemicals for the DNA, the structure of the DNA,